everybody, this is St-Pierre at Physikinaction. We have many topics that we'd like to speak to you in the oncoming time, but today we're going to concentrate a little bit on balance. So you want to have some balance. Most of my clients are getting up there, they're in their 60s and 70s, and I'm being honest when I'm saying this, and balance is an issue that has to be worked at. I had a ski team that I used to work with, and the kids, surprisingly very good athletes, had problems with balance. I'm not saying I'm great at it, it's something that you have to work at all the time, but it is something that you can work on. And this balance that you have will prevent you from having injuries maybe at some point. I'm going to give you an example. You're walking on the sidewalk or you're walking on something that's unstable and you slip off the side, you can create major damage by taking a swing that away or double tasking on this side. So two things usually happen when you end up stumbling. And the one way that you can work this is by making sure that your reaction to what's going on is the right reaction. You want your reaction to say, no, stabilize and keep on going. That's what we want for reaction. So there's many ways you can work this out. One, if you have zero equipment at all, you're going to be doing what we call the crane. Now the crane is used in many yoga poses and stuff, and I don't know much about yoga, so I'm not going to get involved in that, but people have said that that's what they use in it, and it's probably one of my next attempts. So yoga pose, the crane, is basically, if you look at the crane in the water, it's usually got his hand behind him and his foot is up, okay? So by doing this, what's going to happen is that your foot is going to start to have a little bit of a jiggle. That little jiggle is telling my ankle, adapt, 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 depending on my center of gravity. Now obviously if I'm not moving much, that part of my ankle is quite a bit working. It's moving quite a bit, okay? And I'm not forcing it, and obviously one side is going to be better than the other. And this, when it's working, is also going to get the upper part working, the knee working, the quad working, the hip stabilizing, the back and body stabilizing. So what we're doing is we're trying to keep our weight on one foot, providing that you don't have a hip injury, which provides that you can't do it. And you're going to try to do this for 30 seconds at a time. Now you can tap, hold. Make sure you're near somewhere where if you had to catch your balance, that you're not going to actually fall on the floor and hurt yourself. Okay? So you're keeping your balance. You start close to your body. Start with not too much motion. Arms can be out for balance. Okay? And as this becomes easy, as you can last a minute, if you do a minute right off the bat, you're really good, thumbs up. But if you can do this, you can make it harder by getting your center of gravity off to one side or the other. Always keeping your motions really slow. If you go fast, your body's adapting really easy. It's like dancing, it's just picking up on the motion. If you're doing it slowly, it's got to concentrate on finding your center, okay? So you do this with one foot, then with the next. So start close. As you get good at it, you can bring the leg out, over, behind, depending on how comfortable with it. You can start moving the head. As soon as you start moving the head, the center of gravity goes wacko. It's like, ah, okay. You'll get good at it, and you'll be able to eventually start moving and keeping your balance. So that's step one. Okay. You want to work on your balance. It's good for the rest of your life. If you don't work it, you will lose it. So therefore, keep it up.